Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Okay, in this video we will talk about three main biological systems in the body as the blood circulatory system, digestive system and the respiratory system respectively. And this video is done by three of us. And also if you are interested in subject would be amazing. The process of blood circulation, this is very important process. And first of all, we need to talk about the blood. Important, because it's the transport medium for all glucose, gases, proteins, nutrients, ions, antigens, antibiotics, and nitrogen byproducts. The blood is a special fatty tissue. Take a look. The blood consists of two main parts, as blood plasma and corpuscles, which is 50% and 40% each. Also, this is the homogeneous mixture because it contains plasma and the suspension of corpuscles. According to the microscopic observations, there are several types of corpuscles. Consider the classification given. Basically, there are three types of corpuscles as red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Also, white blood cells are basically two types as granulocytes and non-granulocytes. Again, granulocytes in three as neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. Also, non-granulocytes in the two as lymphocytes and monocytes. Okay, let's talk about one by one. First, the red blood cells. The 1 cubic milliliter of human blood contains 5 million red blood cells. Mainly, these red blood cells transport oxygen. They are red colored due to hemoglobin pigment. The protein inside red blood cells that carries oxygen to cells and carbon dioxide to the lung is hemoglobin. And when oxygen combines with this hemoglobin, it's called oxyhemoglobin. The lifespan of red blood cells is approximately 120 days. And also, this is a biconcave disc-like cell which is found in red bone marrow. It's like a nucleus to provide large surface area to absorb more and more oxygen. Next, the white blood cell. This is the type of capsule which is larger than the size of red blood cell, but present in small amount than the red blood cells. They present nuclei and they are colorless. In human, 1 cubic milliliter of blood contains 4,000 to 11,000 white blood cells. There are two types as granulocytes and non-granulocytes that discussed before. And again, granulocytes into three as neutrophils, eosinophils, and basophils, as well as non-granulocytes into two as lymphocytes and monocytes. These white blood cells destroys infectious particles that enters into the body by the process called phagocytosis by producing antibodies. Therefore, the percentage of WBC increases during the microbial infection. Next, platelets. These are the fragment of cells that cannot be considered as cell. They lack a nuclei. And 1 cubic milliliter of human blood contains 150,000 to 400,000 of platelets. These platelets have a special enzyme called thromboplastin which help in coagulation of blood. Due to the diseases like dengue and leptospirosis, the platelet counts drops drastically. Also, approximately the platelets can live up to 5 to 7 days. Okay, finally it's plasma. 55% of blood contain plasma and 92% of plasma contain water. Other than the water, the proteins present in 6 to 8%. Also, nutrients, ions, nitrogenous byproducts, gases, hormones, antibodies, and antigens are present in plasma. Okay, when we talk about the overall function of blood, three main. First one, the transportation of material. Second one, protect body against carcinogenic microbes. And the main types of chemical coordination and homeostasis among tissues. Okay, that's all about the basic of blood. Now let's talk about the blood circulatory system, its function, features, and activity. Okay, in here, first we need to talk about the structure of human heart. Take a look. The human heart is mainly divided into four main parts as right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. Also, there are four valves associated with this organ as bicuspid valve, tricuspid valve, and two semilunar valves. Also, aorta, right and left pulmonary arteries, right and left pulmonary veins, superior and inferior vena cava are the main parts of human heart. Okay, now let's talk about the way of blood circulation. In here, deoxygenated blood from all cells are collected by veins and brings to the heart by superior vena cava and inferior vena cavas. Superior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood that are above shoulder level, including brain, while inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood below the shoulder level. This deoxygenated blood enters into the right atrium and sends blood to right ventricle through tricuspid valve. Next, this deoxygenated blood transport to lungs for oxygenation through right and left pulmonary arteries to right and left lungs respectively across a semilunar valve that connected to the pulmonary arteries. After the oxygenation process, the oxygenated bloods are carried again to the heart by right and left pulmonary veins to left atrium. And after the blood sent through bicuspid valve to left ventricle, then blood travels across the seminoid valve, will continue to the left ventricle to aorta and transport blood throughout the body to all cells. Again, after this blood becomes deoxygenated, they again bring to the heart and same process occurs. Okay, next the double blood circulation. Circulation of blood twice through the heart while blood circulates once through the body is called as double blood circulation. Flowing of blood through lungs is known as pulmonary circulation and flowing of blood through other organs is known as systemic circulation. In here, right ventricle acts as the pump for pulmonary circulation while the left ventricle acts as the pump for systemic circulation. So it's clear that blood flows twice through the heart before entering into the systemic circulation. Next, the heartbeat. The contraction and dilation of heart muscles to pump blood out of the heart is called the heartbeat. The normal heartbeat rate of a healthy person is 72 beats per minute, and also it's same to the pulse rate. Okay, next we need to talk about the cardiac cycle. In one heartbeat, atria contracts when the ventricle dilates, and also in next heartbeat, ventricle contracts when atria dilates. This contraction of atria is called diastole, and contraction of ventricle is called systole, which is 0.1 and 0.3 seconds time intervals respectively. After that, atria and ventricle at relaxed mode is known as intervening, which is 0.4 seconds. Accordingly, cardiac cycle is under 3 stages as diastole, systole and intervening. Okay, next electrocardiogram, commonly known as ECG, which is used to get information about the heart function. This denotes the potential changes that take place during heart functioning. There are 3 stages in ECG according to the cardiac cycle as P, QRS and T. In briefly, P means atrial contraction or diastole that we discussed before. QRS means the ventricular contraction or systole, and T means intervening, which is relaxed mode of the atrium and ventricle. We all know about the lub and dub sound, which sense when we hear. Lub sound is produced when bicuspid and tricuspid valves close in atrial contraction, and dub sound is produced when seminoid valves are closed. Okay, next the blood pressure. What is it? This is measured by the unit millimeters of mercury. The blood pressure is 2 types, as systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure. Systolic blood pressure is the force that creates pressure on arteries when heart contracts and push blood through the arteries. This is normally in between 110 to 120 millimeters of mercury in healthy person. And the diastolic blood pressure is the pressure in arteries when heart rates between beats. That's normally 70 to 80 millimeters of mercury. So the normal resting blood pressure of human is 125 to 80 millimeters of mercury. But this pressure can be increased in some instances like aging, sex, stressful mentality, and some diseases likewise. Atherosclerosis, hypertension and hypotension, thrombosis are some common diseases associated with this system. By avoiding alcohol and smoking, consuming clean and organic, reducing self-consumption, regular exercises, and peaceful mental status can lead a healthy circulatory system. And also, you have family history about such disease, you need to be more careful.
Let's get started.
First of all, we need to know what is meant by digestion of food. Okay, we'll see. We can say simply the process by which complex organic compounds are converted into simple organic products to be absorbed into the human body is called digestion of food. I will repeat it again. The process by which complex organic compounds are converted into simple organic products to be absorbed into the human body is called digestion of food. Okay, now we have to talk about some other factors regarding digestion process. First, we will talk about mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Let's start from mechanical digestion. Okay, in here, only the physical nature of the food is destroyed. For an example, breaking down of food into small pieces in mouth cavity. Okay, now we have to talk about the chemical digestion also. During chemical process, the insoluble complex compounds are broken down into simple molecules by the action of enzymes. For an example, starch is converted into maltose by amylase enzyme inside the mouth. And there are some nutrients that can be absorbed into the body without any digestion process. It is also very important. They are mineral salts, some vitamins, glucose, fructose and galactose. I will repeat it. Mineral salts, some vitamins, glucose, fructose and galactose. Okay, it's all about the basic process of digestion process. we will keep moving. Now we can move to our next topic, which is human digestive system. Here you can see the diagram of human digestive system. But before talking about this structure, there are some facts that need to be considered. Okay, let's discuss them one by one. Human digestive system is a single tube that runs from mouth to anus, and it helps for many functions in our body. They are number 1, food digestion, number 2, absorption of digested end products, and number 3, removal of undigested materials. Those are the functions of our digestive system. Now we can go through our diagram. You can see there are different types of organs that present in human digestive system that process different types of functions. Okay, now let's label them from top. Here, our next topic is what happens to the end products of process of digestion. Okay, let us discuss this topic also in point form. Now, the absorption of digested end products into the body mainly takes place in small intestine. There are a few adaptations that cause to increase the efficiency of absorption. They are number 1, being a long tube, number 2, presence of circular walls in the inner wall, number 3, thin epithelial lining on villi, number 4, villi are highly vascularized. And also some digestive end products are absorbed into the blood capillaries of villi. They are amino acids, vitamins, mineral salts and monosaccharides. And finally, the unabsorbed materials in the small intestine are sent to the large intestine. Okay, that's all about this topic. Now let's keep moving. Now we can talk about the process in large intestine.
I am your large intestine, though I'm shorter than your small. I'm called your large intestine due to my expanded walls. I'm made up of 10 different parts, all connected into one. We'll start at the tip of your appendix, attached to your cecum. The next part of my tubular shape is the ascending colon, which leads to the hepatic flexure, so you're learning in this song. Your transverse colon runs across your entire abdomen, then turns at your splenic flexure onto the descending colon. Your curved S-shaped sigmoid colon leads to your rectum, which is where your fecal matter meets your anus in your bum. I am your large intestine, though I'm shorter than your small. I'm called your large intestine due to my expanded walls. Let me tell you how I work and a little bit about me. I'm only 5 feet in length, but I'm wide, which is why I'm called large C. My most important job is absorbing water from your chyme. If I didn't perform this function, you'd have loose stools all the time. Millions of bacteria do live inside of me. An important one is E. coli. Its job is very key. E. coli breaks down all the charm that your body can digest and produces vitamin K that regulates blood clotting at its best. Another important job that your large intestine has to play, yeah, it excretes all your waste to help your body stay healthy. I am your large intestine, though I'm shorter than your small. I'm called your large intestine due to my expanded walls.
Here we are. Let's move to our last topic, which is diseases associated with digestive system. Gastritis, constipation, typhoid fever, diarrhea are the diseases that are associated with digestive system.
All of you are welcome to the lesson of process of respiration. Before starting the lesson, let's see what are the things we have to study. In this lesson, we study process of respiration in human, then external respiration, next gas exchange in alveoli, next cellular respiration. First topic of this lesson is process of respiration in human. Respiration is a biological process. Respiration in human is a complex process. That process is occur in three stages. First one is gas exchange between external environment and lungs. Second is gas exchange in alveoli. Last one is cellular respiration. Then we discuss about process of respiration. Oxygenated gas goes to the lungs, while deoxygenated gas released to the out environment. This process is occur as inhale and exhale.
This is the picture of the human respiratory system. Then we discuss about main parts of the respiratory system.
Main part of the respiratory system are nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchus, bronchioles and alveoli.
Then we discuss about inspiration. During the inspiration, air enters into the lungs. For that, the volume of the lungs should be increased. To increase the volume of the lungs, volume of the thoracic cavity should be increased. This occurs due to following changes. Intercostal muscle contact, therefore ribs move up and sternum move forward. At the same time, the diaphragm contracts and reduces its curvature. Due to the above activities, the volume of the thoracic cavity increases, and with that the volume of lungs increases. So air enters into lungs through the nose. Next, expiration. For expiration to occur, the volume of the thoracic cavity should be decreased to reduce the volume of the lungs. This occurs due to the following changes. Intercostal muscles relax, so the sternum and ribs move into its original position. The diaphragm relax and become curved. Due to these activities, the volume of the lungs decreases. Thereby, gas inside the lungs move out through trachea and then nasal cavity.
The next topic of this lesson is the gas exchange that takes place in alveoli. The inhaled air finally reaches the alveoli. The oxygen concentration in alveoli is greater than that of the blood capillary network around it. Therefore, oxygen diffuses out of the alveoli into the blood capillaries. Similarly, carbon dioxide and water vapor concentration is greater in blood capillary than air inside alveoli, diffused into the exhaled air.
gas exchange taken place in alveoli and it is shown in the diagram. The place where gas exchange between external environment and blood take place is known as respiratory surface. According to the respiratory surface of the human is the wall of alveoli. The exchange of the gases take place by diffusion. There are many adaptations taking place in respiratory surface. Surface should be moisture and permeable for gas exchange. Surface should be thin for diffusion of gases. A large number of surface area to exchange large volume of gas according to the need of animals. Surface should be by circulatory. Next topic of this lesson is cellular respiration. Respiration is the process of oxidation of cellular foods to produce energy for biological activities within living cells. Let us build the word equation for respiration. Glucose plus oxygen convert to carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Now let's see chemical equation for respiration. According to the requirements of oxygen, two types of respiration can be identified: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. The respiration that takes place in the presence of oxygen is called aerobic respiration. Some organisms can be respire without oxygen. Respiration carried out by organisms without oxygen is known as anaerobic respiration. The anaerobic respiration that takes place inside the cells we can given by the following word equation. The anaerobic respiration that takes place within animal cell is refers to as that is given in the equation given below. Have you faced an incident of muscle pain and cramp due to an incident activity like 100 meters race that is due to lactic acid accumulated in muscles that is result for anaerobic respiration. Energy is produced during anaerobic respiration as well as in aerobic respiration. Part of the energy is lost as heat and rest will be stored in ATP as chemical energy. The energy needed for biological processes is released during breakdown of ATP. Next we talk about functions of ATP. First function of the ATP is storage of energy. Second is release of energy. Third is act as an energy carrier.
Last topic of our lesson is diseases associated with respiratory system. First disease is common cold. It caused by virus. Headache, sneezing are symptoms. Second is pneumonia. Prolonged cold and cough is the reason for pneumonia. It is important to go immediate medical treatments. Next is bronchitis and bronchial inflammation that occur by viral or bacterial infection. Next one is tuberculosis. It is important to take precautions and vaccines to avoid tuberculosis. Tuberculosis can be cured by proper treatment. Next is disease associated with smoking. Smoking causes lung cancers, bronchitis and other diseases. Sometimes it may cause death. Passive smokers also get same harmful effect due to cigarette smoke. Next disease is asbestosis. This occurs due to inhalation of air containing asbestos particles and fibers. Tissues of the respiratory tract get destroyed due to accumulation of these particles. I am going to say goodbye. We will meet you with another interesting lesson. Thank you.